Okay. Hey guys, can you hear me? Hi Nisha, can you hear me? Ganesh? Hey Ashwin, hi Rafi, thanks for joining. Nisha is saying your video helped me to clear interviews. Want to say thank you. Thanks Nisha, thanks for watching. Wish you good luck. Okay, just let's wait for a few more folks to join, then we will start. Okay. Meanwhile, we can talk something else. Hi Himalaya, how are you? Long time. Where you had been? Long time no see. Okay, waiting for a couple of more folks to join. Meanwhile, we can talk something else. Anything that you are interested in, you want to ask, you want to talk, we can talk. Okay, Shad Khan is saying, I have an ensemble model, okay. Then, which has 5 models, okay. Where to start machine learning? This is a very generic question. So you should learn about stats, and you should improve on Python and then do some projects. So Himalaya is saying, just last week I completed my MSc in Big Data Analytics and got offer from TCS Chennai. Very good. Excellent. Many people with offers today. Very good. Did you get into data science in TCS? I mean, data science or data analysis kind of role? Karthik is asking how much Spark is important in data science. So Spark is, so most of the time it will be a big data system you will interact with, and in big data system Spark will be there. So Spark is not very difficult to learn, at least basic things. If you know, it's added advantage. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead with the first question, and all of you guys can press the like button once, so that the recommendation goes to main people to join. Just go ahead and press the like button once. Other people will be joining. Okay. And let's move to the first one. Okay, for today. So some of the simple questions, and then we will move on to different topics. So today we have for NLP, and we have for CNN, and we have for what else I have put, NLP, CNN, and one more topic I have put apart from Python. Okay. So what is the answer for this? A group of related documents against which information retrieval is employed is called, what is the database, corpus, or none in NLP? What is this called, guys? Rafi is saying option C, which means corpus. Any other answers? Corpus. Ganeshan is saying database. Okay. A group of related documents against which information retrieval is employed. So here we are talking about NLP world. We are not talking about any database system. Okay. NLP world we are talking about. So it will be corpus in this case. Okay. Because we are talking about specifically NLP. And we are talking about related documents. So related document means all these documents will be related to each other. Okay. So all of you new guys who have joined, welcome all. Go ahead and press the like button. Okay. And let's go to the next one. So in Ensemble learning, I have put a very simple one to start with. Which of the following is an example of sequential ensemble? Is it AdaBoost or is it random forest? Or is it none? Tapan Patro is saying AdaBoost. Saad Khan is saying AdaBoost. Rafi is saying A means AdaBoost. Okay. Anybody says random forest or anybody says none? Nisa is saying A. Most of the folks are saying A because all the sequential learning will be boosting and parallel learning will be bagging, right? So AdaBoost is a boosting, so it will be a sequential learning. Yes, very good. So the purpose of this session are, to check our concepts and, to make it sharp, just to revise with the small questions. Okay. So let's go to the third one. Third one is for CNN. Which answer explains better the pooling? Okay. Pooling in CNN, if you have heard of pooling in CNN, creates a pool of data in order to improve the accuracy of algorithm predicting images. It assists in the direction of distorted features in order to find dominant attributes, decreases the feature size in order to decrease the computational power that are needed. So what is pooling in CNN according to you? So one thing here, it cannot be only A or only B or only C. It can be A plus B plus C or AB or BC. It can be any combination. Okay. So what is pooling in CNN? I mean, which statements are correct here? It can be multiple statements, as I said. Okay. Karthik is saying B and C are correct, which means detection of distorted feature, I agree, and detection of decrease of feature size. This also is fine, I think. And how about A, creates a pool of data in order to improve the accuracy of algorithm? How about A? Anybody with A here? What is the, so here we are talking specifically about CNN, right? Which is convolutional neural network. So in convolutional neural network, do you think it improves, the CNN thing? Pooling. So B is perfectly fine, I think. And C is also fine. How about A? A is kind of more generic, right? So what do you guys say? It says create a pool of data. I don't think it creates a pool of data. Okay. So it does something with the existing data. It will not, create some pool of data, etc. Right? Pooling is all about feature extraction. That's right. Nihal is saying A, B, and C all, but I slightly disagree with A. Create a pool of data in order to improve the accuracy of the algorithm. So it will not create a pool of data. It will just create a pool of, from the existing data, it will create some kind of useful features, right? Yes, B and C is what Rohit is saying. A is data augmentation, he means. Okay. Okay, so we all are agree on B and C, right? Now let's go ahead and try to do a small Python assignment. So can you write a small code snippet for this? I mean, pseudocode is not fine. If you can tell me the way to do it. Way to do it means pseudocode only, that is not fine. Just try this, how you will approach this problem. So if I give my name is Aman, then output should be reverse each word of a string. Okay. So what approach you will take for this? str double colon -1. Will it work? No, I don't think so. Rafi has deleted that. You have to somehow go to each word and reverse it. Are you going to each word and reversing it, Rohit Sanam? I'm not sure. I think that will not work. Mayuri is saying split the string by space. That is fine. And then what next? And then what approach you take? Can you do it in list comprehension, or you want to do it in a pool, or you want to do it in a loop? What you want to do? Print x double colon -1 for x in str dot split. This might work. Can somebody run this and let me know if it is working? The Tapan's code actually. Tapan is saying x double colon -1, which is reversing for x in str dot split. So each word split and reverse, but the order will be same, I guess. Order is same here also. So that is fine, I think. Tapan's code. Can someone verify Tapan's code once? Or Tapan himself can verify? Or any other way, guys? I and double colon -1 for I in list. Same thing. What Tapan? No, I in list. Okay. This is a string basically. It is not a list. I am saying to Mayur. Okay, so this is a string basically. So a list you need to prepare by splitting on space and putting it in the list, right? Approach wise, it is same what Tapan is saying and Mayur is saying. Okay. If somebody can verify and tell me it is working. Any folks, those who are not trying, can you try please? That is the objective of this session, guys. Just try some hands on. I mean, it will not be a very long kind of assignment. I am keeping it small only. Okay. So just try it. String split by space, it gives list. Okay. Okay. I got it. Then again, join string by space. Okay. Tapan has tested his code with some input, it seems. Again, join that string by space. Okay. I got what you're saying, Mayur. Rafi has tested the code of Tapan. It seems it's working. So same way you have to some way you have to go to the each word and reverse it. Okay. So just a simple code snippet to kind of test your just little Python hands-on, right? Let's go to the next one. Okay. Here I'm saying give an example of NLP question again. Give an example of referential ambiguity and what are the different ways. This is more of a descriptive kind of question. You can write your answer. Okay. What is referential ambiguity and what are the ways to solve it in NLP? Okay. One example or hint of referential ambiguity is I was walking on the bank of a river. Here bank is a bank of the river, not a financial institution. Okay. So similarly, in many places, we get the referential ambiguity. Now you guys think that I'm asking to you this in the interview and uh, tell me a few examples of this and then what are the different ways in NLP to solve it or to take care of this. Because this is a very generic and common problem, right? Word sense disambiguation, Rohit is saying. Okay. Tell me some simpler ones first. I mean, if I go like 5 years back, then people will use this for what? Use POS tagging, dependency, etc. Dependency parsing, very good. POS tagging, dependency parsing. See, many things will come from us now. Okay. Other things, guys. Anything else? N-gram, bigram, trigram. Will that help? Will LSTM kind of model help here? Will word vectors help here? Sentence, parts of speech tagging, Rafi has told that will help, of course. What else will help? Anything else, guys? Please, whatever comes to your mind, there is nothing right or wrong, okay? You can take a different approach, somebody else can take a different approach, not a problem. This is just a kind of interview question and kind of discussion, more of a discussion question, okay? So I'm sure if you ever worked in NLP use case, this kind of problem will be there. So what to do? Lesk algorithm, okay? What else? Guys are not giving answer on this question. Have you not worked in NLP use cases before? So different ways, like the way we are saying, right? Parts of speech tagging will help. Your dependency parsing will help. Your word vectors will help. LSTM model kind of thing will help, right? Anything where the context is captured will help, right? Any mechanism where context is captured will help. Okay. So wherever context is captured or wherever word meaning is captured, all the fancy algorithms, new algorithms will be helpful here. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Which of the following options are correct regarding benefits of ensemble model? Okay. And this you have to compare from regression model and tell me. Okay. I mean, linear regression, logistic regression. From that, you have to compare and tell me which of these things will be, benefits of ensemble model out of 1, 2, and 3. Better performance, generalized model, better interpretation. Saad is saying 1, better performance. He is not saying generalized model. He is not saying better interpretation. What about others? Tapan is saying better interpretation. How, Tapan? I want you to explain me. How are you saying that ensemble models will have better interpretation than regression models? Please explain me. Shreya is saying 1, which means better performance. Saad is saying it can never be 3. I also agree on that. 1, 3, I'm telling you to compare with what? Compare with regression models, okay? And if you compare with regression models, interpretation will always be poor than regression model. It will not be like regression model, okay? Poorer than that. Fine. Interpretation. One and 3, 2, 1 and 2. So let's discuss all one by one, okay? Better performance. So generally, yes, generally ensemble models will give better performance than basic regression models. So one is there. Generalized model. Generalized model means what? A model which is, in other words, we can say which is kind of flexible. In other words, we can say which is kind of low bias. I mean, low bias and low variance, we can say. So what kind of generalized model will be low bias or low variance? Let me think again. It will be low variance kind of models. Okay. So normally ensemble models will have little high variance if you compare with regression models, right? And 3 is no, because interpretation of regression models is always better than ensemble models. So 3 is no, 1 is yes. How about 2? 2 is also, I think, no. What you guys say? I say only 1. Rohit is saying 1. Devansh is saying 1 and 2. Okay, so 1 and 2 we can discuss more, but 1 is there and 3 is definitely not there. Okay. Fine, we will move on to the next one. So another concept in CNN is called flattening. Okay. And Ajay is asking why not 3? The interpretation of ensemble models will never be, good. Interpretation means what is happening internally and how variables are related to each other, how variable is impacting the target. So you don't get that in the ensemble models. The relation between your source, independent and target, you get that in regression. Okay. Next one, flattening is a CNN concept. So what is a flattening? Is it the last step of a CNN? Is it something that deletes unnecessary feature to make our data set cleaner? Or is it transform images to vectors to make it easier to predict? What is flattening? What is flattening, guys? You can tell me. In CNN, Rafi is saying C, which means transform image to vectors, make it easier to predict. Saad and Tapan and Rohit is also saying C. Everybody is saying C. So yes, flattening is basically a way to transform your image to a vector, vectors which easier to predict, easier to train, you can say. Okay. So everybody is in agreement with this. Let's move to the next one. Okay. So here I want you to reverse the dictionary mapping, which means in the input A is the key, 65 is the value, B is the key, 66 is the value. In the output, key becomes value, value becomes key. Can you do that? Like with some simple code snippet? Make the keys as values, values as key. Okay. There can be some smart ways of doing it, and there can be some not very smart ways of doing it. Okay. Keys to values, values to keys. Can we use for loops? Obviously we can use, but as I said, some smart ways of doing it and some not very smart ways of doing it. We can use the for loops, but I think there can be a different way. Easier way. Smarter way. So what Rohit is saying is v k for kv in dict. Okay. I'm not sure if this will work, Rohit. If you have tested it, that's fine. What are you doing? You are taking vk for kv in dict.item. Dict.items will give you key and value both. ini dict.item. If it gives you key and value both, then it will work. Zip dict.values, dict.keys. Okay. Is it working, Mayur? Have you tested it? Is it working? Yes, dictionary comprehension is something I want everybody to use, actually, or some other proper way without loops. Zip accept iterator and gives us a dictionary. Okay. Somebody else, any other way? And Rohit, have you tested that actually? How about Karthik and Tapan and Shad and other folks? Can you guys tell me how to do it? Rohit answer is correct. Okay. Okay, Rafi, testing answer for everybody. Thanks, Rafi. Okay, so Rohit's answer is correct, and Mayur's answer, zip dict value dict keys. Will it work? See, values and keys will definitely give you values and keys. I think that also will be fine. So in what kind of scenario you need to do this kind of thing, you know? I mean, in industry, can you think of any use case or any usability where this kind of thing we may be needing to do, like reversing keys to values and values to keys? Okay, shall I move to next one? Employee details. Yes, one use case can be there. Mainuddin Ali, yeah, right. So I will just move to the next one, which will be a non Python kind of conceptual. Okay. So NLP simple one. From this sentence, unfold data science. How many diagrams can be created? Simple one. You guys can tell me quickly. Bigram, trigrams, n-grams, unigrams in NLP, you know, right? How many diagrams can be created from this? Two diagrams. Okay. Two, one, three. Okay. So one will be unfold data, other will be data science, right? Cool. Next one. If we don't assign a base estimator to the bagging classifier, it will use by default which base estimator? This is also a simple one. You guys can tell me. If you don't assign a base estimator, then which estimator it uses by default? BBB. BBB is an estimator. Okay. Okay. B means decision trees. All of us are in agreement, decision trees, right? Okay. So guys who have joined recently, can you just give a thumbs up so that recommendation goes to others and they'll be able to join? I have one interesting Python question more, and it's already late in India, so I will not, you know, drag it too much. So everybody is in agreement. Decision tree, answer B. Okay, fine. What is the biggest advantage of utilizing CNN? So if you have worked on CNN, since I am putting CNN questions today, if you have worked on CNN, then what is the advantage of using CNN? I mean, little dependence on pre-processing, decreasing the needs of human effort developing its functionalities. It is easy to understand and fast to implement. It has highest accuracy among all algorithms that predicts images. What is your understanding of, I mean, your experience or your knowledge of CNN, right? So Divans is saying C. Yeah, C. I take as C, but there can be, I mean, in this question, there can be, I mean, more than one. Multiple answers can be there. Okay. So do we have little dependence on pre-processing? And do we have in CNN you need to do more pre-processing or less pre-processing? What you need to do? In CNN, more pre-processing or less pre-processing? I mean, data preparation, I mean to say. Before you fit your model, the groundwork or the preparatory work, it is more or it is less? I want to ask you. We need to do, but lesser. I mean, few things it will take care, but yes, it depends also on what kind of data you are working with, what is the complexity of your input data, right? So image is more about variations, right? So you will have many variations in images, and based on that you need to do a lot of, sometimes more, sometimes less. If you are making a simpler model, less pre-processing. But yes, one thing is true, highest accuracy normally among all image based algorithm. Okay. And B, definitely no, it is not easy to understand and fast to implement, right? So 1 and C, I mean A and C are fine. B is little something that is not looking right. Okay. So let's move on to the last one for today. So what you have to do is you have to display all the duplicate elements from a list. This should be simpler. I'm in UK now, specifically London. Nihal is asking, where are you now? We can convert into set and again list. No, that is not what you have to do. You have to find out which are the repeating elements in this list, that you have to find out. I'm not saying you to remove duplicates. I'm saying you to give me the repeating elements in the list. Did you get the difference what I'm saying? I for I in list if I don't count greater than 1. Syntax. Mainuddin Ali is asking syntax or what I want. So I want the complete code like Mayur is writing there. Just above your comment, Mayur is writing. So I want to see the complete code actually. I'm not putting anything which will need, large amount of coding. Basic 1-2 liners only. So how do you do that? Mayur's code is working. I'm not sure. Somebody will check that. I for I in list if I dot count greater than 1. Should be working. Okay. Any other way we can do this? So what Mayur is doing is he is counting the number of elements and filtering. Okay. Rohit has written something large. He is using a for loop also, and many things he is using. Blank list he is taking. Then he is running a for loop and appending. Is it that complex? For I in list I double is equal to I. Abdul's code, I don't know what it will do. I in list, okay. It will go to all the elements one by one. And list of I double is equal to I. Okay. So what it will do is it will just check if it is 2 times. If it is 3 times and all, Okay, then also it will put. Not sure. Will it put? It will go in the for loop. It will take all the elements. It will check if that element matches any other element, and then it will put in the list. Maybe it will work. Not 100% sure. Abdul's code looks little interesting to me, and Rohit's code looks little large to me. I mean, I somehow feel that Rohit is writing little more than needed. I may be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling. So Abdul, can you test your code if it is working fine? I mean, you can open an online compiler and test your code. And somebody can test Mayur's code also. I for I in list if I dot count greater than 1. That looks simpler to me. And we should be try to doing things simple, right? I mean, why to make unnecessarily complex? So there is a given list. We just want what elements are duplicating in the list. That's all. Okay, Sadi is saying Abdul's code is working fine. And how about Mayur's and Rohit's code? Can someone check? So all these will be small, things that can come your way in the interview. And hence, if you keep kind of little revision, right, that will be very useful for you. Input 2 is equal to list. Pramod has written something and deleted. Okay, fine. Karthik is saying set I for I if a dot count greater than 1. So you are taking a set, which means you are deduplicating. I for I in A is your original list if a dot count greater than 1. Okay. I dot count does not work. I dot count does not work. Yes, lot of sunshine. All these are sunshine only. Sunshine you will see in the summer season, you will see late here in the UK, okay? And in the winter season, you will see it dark very early. That is how the weather will be here. Okay. D is saved list. Correction in Mayur's code. Pramod is saying set input. Input 2 is equal to list of set of input. Aman, somebody with similar name to me. Okay. List 2 dot append x for x in list 1 if x not in list 2. Okay. What is your list 1 and list 2? Aman Ranka. What is your list 1 and list 2 here? List 1 is equal to input, list is an empty one. Okay. So you have taken an empty list and you are trying to populate the elements in that list. Okay. Fine. So what we have concluded is there can be a number of ways of doing it. But what I will not want you to do is do not use a loop here. I mean, try to avoid the long loops. I mean to say, try to use the comprehensions and those kind of things. Fine. So these were the questions for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me stop sharing and then we can just do little chit chat. Okay. Yeah. So how was the session? Was it good? You guys liked? So just to you guys who have joined now, I mean, I do this session every Thursday, 10 p.m. IST. You can join this session Thursdays, 10 p.m. IST. My objective is very simple. I try to put some conceptual questions, some Python simple code snippets. What will happen is you guys also, weekly once you can revise your concept. You can just, when we discuss, then we know few more things, right? So we discuss and then we try to answer this and then we go ahead. Okay. Okay, so you guys can join next Thursday, same time. Meanwhile, before we close, anything you want to ask me, anything you want to recommend, suggest, I'm happy to take those recommendations. Try to ask more concept-based question. This video was good. Thanks, Raj. There are 2 more sessions I have done on this. In case you have not watched, you can go to Unfold Data Science. You can see, test your knowledge with me live, and 2 more sessions are already done before this. I mean, 2 more weeks. I have added some interesting questions there. You can go and watch. Okay. Yes, we can move to the advanced concept, or we can keep a mix of these two. Okay. So Karthik is asking one interesting question. How do you select people for mock interviews? Okay. So I will tell you, in all my mock interviews, there will be a form where people need to go and fill the form, and I will go to the my Google Forms and see which are the people who have filled the form, and then I will call them for the interview. But unfortunately, most of the times what is happening is people are not answering to my email, which is something I'm not frankly very happy with, because I need to first of all find my slot, then I need to call people or mail people, then people will confirm their slot, and then I will take the mock interview. But people don't respond to emails. I don't know why. That is the reason I have stopped looking at the form. If you want to attend a mock interview, go and fill the form in any of the mock interview season 2. And if you are interested, I will call you, but please respond to my email. Okay. If you don't respond to my email, then how I will know if you are prepared or not prepared, right? Akash is asking, I have 1 years of experience as data analyst, scored 823 in relevant exam, wants your guidance for mang interviews. Sure, you can reach me on LinkedIn, Akash, and please be specific on what queries you have. Do not ask very generic queries. For example, how to crack a Facebook interview. No, you can ask me very generic queries like, what will be some scenario based question? Can you give some of your learnings from these interviews? So I can guide you that, like where are you stuck or where are you looking help for. Okay. Yes, you can connect to me over LinkedIn and Instagram. Not a problem. Please share the channel with people in your friend circle who are looking for data science, AI, machine learning topics, right? And let them get benefited as well. That will be helpful for me, for all of us. Okay. Okay, guys. So I will see you all on the next Thursday, 10 p.m. Meanwhile, with some videos and some shorts. Okay. So have a lovely night. Bye. Take care. You can ping me for your specific queries. Honey Bhardwaj. Okay. You can ping me. No problem. Ping me on LinkedIn. I will respond to you. Okay. Fine, guys. I will see you all. Okay.